Welcome back to Trading Wars. Today I'm going to be sharing my inside bar master plan with you all. Thanks for all the support that I've been getting recently and all the new followers. So this is something that I want to do to give back to you all and give you some real practical trading systems and strategies that you can use each and every day, whether you're an investor, swing trader, or day trader. Okay. So this video, I don't usually do things for investors because I mostly work with a lot of day traders, but I want to share this because I think it's a very, very powerful strategy. So as an investor, you want to really focus on the weekly and the monthly charts, and you have time on your side. So I recently did a call with a bunch of university students, and they're so young that if you let time play out on your side, you're more likely to succeed in the market. And that's because in general, the market tends to go up, right? So if you can sit through a bear market and you can dollar cost average, you're gonna do well, right? So this is the perfect example is with the COVID situation. So I've had many friends and family ask me when this crash was happening. So I'm using Microsoft an example of like what to do. Should we get rid of all of our positions? And they were panicking. Meanwhile, I was saying, well, if we have like a 10 or 15% drop, why not add a few bucks? Not your whole life savings, but add a few bucks. And if you're willing to sit in it for long enough, you have time on your side that it's likely to go up. Not always, but it's likely. Okay. So dollar cost averaging is a very powerful tool. So it's basically, if this was to go down lower, we would still have more money in our accounts to add more and so on and so forth, because we're not expecting companies like Microsoft to go to zero, right? So that's the benefit of being long, is nothing is going to go past zero, right? So you can always average in, but make sure that the companies that you pick as an investor are transformative companies that have great earnings that are changing the world. Like a company like Microsoft, every single person that works in a business or office environment must use Microsoft in some way, shape, or form. So for me, that's a transformative product. Okay. Something like Tesla, for example, is another example. So as an investor, we look at the weekly and monthly charts. We know we can dollar cost average. We know we have time in our hands. So how do we get involved? So what I've been doing some studying and researching on is using inside bars as our signals for getting into position. So the first thing we have to determine is obviously the trend, right? So if we go back and look at Microsoft, just zoom out, we can clearly see that this thing is in an uptrend, right? So you want to find stocks that are in this type of trend because this strategy that I'm presenting is always, from an investor side, is always long. Okay. And all we're going to do is every time that there's an inside bar formed, we're going to add a little bit of money on the break of the high. Okay. So we're going to add here, we're going to add here, we're going to add here, we're going to add here. And then if this one breaks, that's coming up, we're going to add here. So and this is all you have to do every single year. You just keep it very simple. So let's say you started back in 2018, add here, add here, add here, add here, add here, sit through all of this, add here, and just keep doing that. Right. And if you have, a situation where you're making like a monthly or weekly income and a certain percentage of that you can put aside, right? This is the best strategy to do that. So how I would do it is I would split it across many different stocks. So these ones that I have here in the corner are the ones that I shared on my Twitter that I find really work well with inside bars. So they're big blue chips: Microsoft, Intel, Nvidia, Google, Netflix, Home Depot, Nike, McDonald's, Walmart, Procter & Gamble, PayPal, Berkshire, Hathaway, I don't even know how to pronounce this farm company, Pfizer, I guess, SPY, the Qs, and Adobe, right? So these are also index ETFs, which works really well as well. So you can do that on the index too, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a certain amount of money that we're gonna put into each one of these guys, and let's say we make 2,000 a month, and then we're gonna take 100. We have like 2,000 disposable that we can add, and we're going to split it amongst these, and we're going to go to the weeklies, and we're going to look for inside bars where we can add on the break, and we're just going to keep doing that. Okay. And we can also do that on the monthlies. Okay. Look at these monthly signals. Back in 17, we had this inside break, this inside break, this inside break, this inside break. And then so far we've broken this one as well. There's not many, but as you can see, they're very profitable, right? Like if you get down here in an inside bar, and you're able to ride something like this, that's like 20, 30, 40 times your money. Okay. So just to recap, for inside bar, master plan with investors, we want to pick a bundle of stocks that we believe are transformative, that we're not worried if this inside bar does not work. Let's say it breaks the high and then it turns around and comes down here. We're not worried about that because we're going to dollar cost average. We're going to do it again. The next inside bar that sets up, we're going to add again. And we're going to play the game of time. Okay. And if we play the game of time, likely we are going to win. And by diversifying and putting it into multiple different instruments, you are very, very likely to win because you're not hedged into one specific position. Okay. So that's the plan, the master plan for the investors. We're going to take the breaks of the weeklies and the monthly bars on stocks that are transformative. So for the swing, we can do the same thing. So it's swing traders on the hourly chart and then also the 4-hour chart. Okay. The only difference is that you cannot just be going long because you have to respect the trend on this time frame. You have to respect the setups on this time frame, right? So as a swing trader, let's say we get this setup here, okay? So let's say, okay, let's start here for Microsoft. So you had outside the Bollinger Band, 4-hour inside bar, we go along, we get stopped out. Then we try again here. Above this bar, stop here, and then we make 3 or 4 times our money. That's what it's going to have to come down to when you're swing trading. You have to follow a system with rules and honor stops, because with swing, we don't have time on our side. We are trying to make quick profits. So you need a set of rules and you need to follow a system, and you need to have positive risk to reward. Okay, you can definitely take all these inside bars. You can go down to an hourly. You can take any inside bars you want, but you need to have rules behind them, and your risk management needs to be on point, right? So let's say our bias up here is to short, and then we take a loser here. Okay, so we need to come back and take this winner when it shows up here on Microsoft, right? We need to follow the system, and we need to honor our stop losses, and our risk to reward must be good. So, and as an example here, let's say we lose 1,000 on this short attempt, right? Because of this pop back, and then we make 3,000 on this drop. That's how you have to do from a systematic perspective. Okay, I'll go back to the weekly. So with the swings, you don't have the time factor helping you. You want to turn your money over quickly. It's very, very powerful strategy because you don't have to sit in something. Like as an investor, for this strategy to really work, you have to be willing to commit to at least 2 to 5 years, right? So this is great for people that don't want to be heavily involved in the market. They just want to put their money in, walk away, come back a few years and see it grow. But if you're swinging, if you're day trading and you're aggressive, you want to turn over your money quickly, you must have a system and rules. Okay. And then, I've given you guys so many ideas for systems and rules. Do your due diligence, test them, figure out what works for you. If not, you can always follow my systems. Okay. So I have complete written rules for my inside bar systems on the hourly chart, 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart. That's what I day trade with, swing trade with every single week. So if you're interested in that, go to tradingwars.com and check that out. But otherwise than that, I really wanted to put this video out there for my investors that I really don't talk about much, but I've done very, very well investing over the years. I bought Microsoft when it was at $135 while everybody else was running away. So and that wasn't from an inside bar strategy, but that's just from general being an investor. You have time on your hands, right? And what I've been doing is now looking for those inside bars and adding. And I wish I really started this a long time ago because I'm just coming on this knowledge now. So I wanted to really share it with you guys because I think it's transformative. I think it can help you. I think you can make a lot of money doing it. Just make sure you have good risk management. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. Look at all these different stocks I've given to you here and try to, follow along and split your money up and see how that works over time. And yes, not every single one's going to be a winner, but the dollar cost averaging is what's going to save you as an investor. All right. So I really hope that you learned something from this video. This is something that I've been testing, and I spent hours and hours doing these testings, and I just share my conclusions with you guys because I want to help you. All right. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me today. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I'm growing at a quick rate. I'm now at 430 subscribers. I was at like 300 a few weeks ago, and I'm at almost 1,700 followers on Twitter. I was at 1,500 6 days ago. Okay, so we're going to grow together, and I want you to be a part of this ride because it's going to be amazing. All right, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.